She cut my hair this morning. Welcome to Bishop Sheen Rosary's show. My name's Adam, and I'm here with my lovely wife, Bethany, today. You want to say hi to everyone?
Hello, everyone.
Today's topic is Rosary and Relationship, and we're going to talk a lot about praying for your spouse, both before your vocation and while you're in the middle of your vocation. So, Bethany, a lot's happened in our life this past year, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we got married a little less than a year ago now, and we just moved into this house in the St. Louis suburbs.
I also started a physician assistant school, so we've had a lot going on.
Yes, and in these lockdown times, it's good to find yourself somebody who could cut your hair. Last video, we talked about patience. I'll link that up above. And to be honest, I had to be very patient waiting for this one. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm. And who got you through that time?
It was Mary. I began praying a rosary every day for Bethany to eventually come around, I guess. But I was open to the idea that maybe she wouldn't, and also having Mary help me through all the emotions, the range of emotions that I was feeling at that time. Bethany actually inspired me to be praying the rosary because of your vocation story in a way too, right?
Mm-hmm. We were at a little adoration chapel at a parish near our dorm. We went for morning mass one day because we had been friends for years.
In college. We were friends in college.
Yeah. And I had been discerning maybe becoming a sister. And that day, while I was praying the rosary in that chapel, it was like a little plastic one like this. I just realized this just isn't right for me. I know I'm called to be a mom. I've always known that. And Adam was sitting next to me at the time, and we were just friends. And I looked over at him, and I knew he was also kind of discerning whether he wanted to be a priest or get married or whatever. And I just handed him the rosary, and I said, I think I just figured out my vocation. And I was kind of at the end of my discernment process with that, and he was at the beginning. So he took the rosary and kind of ran with it.
So you said you had always kind of known what you wanted to do. What did you say you wanted to be when you grew up?
So I always knew I wanted to be a mom forever. My mom loves kids, so we always had little babies and toddlers around, and I just have always loved children, always wanted to be a mom. And I thought about maybe being a teacher for a while because I love that education aspect, being with children. But when I got older, I found that I loved science and medicine, and I was trying to discern between vocations within the medical field that would allow for me to be a mom that had time with her children. So that's why I chose the physician assistant route, was because I would have hopefully more time with my family. And that's one of the things that made Adam kind of interested, because he was like, she seems like she's committed.
I had never heard before someone tell me the reason they wanted to be a certain occupation was because they wanted to put their family first. That was a first for me.
So Mary's a big part of my inspiration for my vocation now, because she's the perfect image of holiness as perfect mother, perfect daughter, and perfect spouse, which relationships are the most important thing to me in my life. So I look to her often for her example and try to think of how she would conduct herself when maybe she was having an argument with Joseph, or I don't have children yet, but I'm sure I'm going to look to her a lot for patience when we have children who are driving us crazy, or also just as a daughter of God. She was perfectly docile to his will and loving, and I look to her for that example as well.
Bethany is a people person, and so am I, but she makes me look like not a people person when we're around other people. Yeah, everything she does is really about relationship, and I think that's why she has such a strong connection to our Blessed Mother, because of those ways that Mary exemplifies those perfect human relationships. So how would you explain Mary's effect on our relationship?
So he was just making fun of me for this, but I said it's like, and you guys might too, it's like a warm cup of tea. So like, I think Mary is so motherly, and when I am like at the end of my rope with him, for stupid reasons usually, it's like the tiniest stuff that'll drive both of us crazy.
Fight over scraping a Teflon pan.
And whether or not to keep it because of the carcinogens. I just think Mary, she's so motherly, and it's kind of like if you picture a little kid who's really angry and stomping their feet and their faces all beat red and they're just like this and they're so mad. Mary comes in and she's just reminds you that whatever was happening really wasn't a big deal, rubs your shoulders, gives you a little warm cup of tea or a little treat or something just to like help you relax and realize you're being totally ridiculous.
So we already mentioned that praying the rosary together is a very powerful prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And we love praying the rosary not only together, but also on behalf of the other person. We'll pray when we can't necessarily go talk directly to the other person for some reason.
Yeah, we found, I think, just in any marriage with any squabble, if you pray before you say what's frustrating you, it's going to go a lot better. So I'll say Hail Marys when I'm about to bring something up that I know is going to cause conflict between Adam and I, or I will ask Our Lady to kind of seed ideas in his head for me when I don't want to bring things up. And it's crazy because she is faithful every time I do it. He always kind of comes and talks to me about whatever it was that I asked Our Lady to talk to him about for me, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, if she'll be nervous about confronting me about spending habits in the past month, I'll be like one step ahead of her and be like, hey, I really just think that we need to just go out and spend some money on a date with just ourselves this month. And she'll be like, have you been praying recently? To which I'll say, yeah, I got a prayer in.
Mm-hmm. So I actually didn't have a super strong relationship with Our Lady until college, and I didn't pray the rosary very often until then either. And I happened to be praying the rosary that one day in the chapel when I handed it to Adam and sent him on his way, but it wasn't a super often occurrence. So once we got engaged, I told him that I wanted us to be praying together every single day before we got married, and Adam was, and still is, very faithful to the rosary daily. So that was a prayer that we prayed together every day. And it's such a good prayer to pray as a couple because it's very easy to pray as a team. One person takes one half the Hail Mary. It's like a kind of a call and response.
Yes.
So.
And we also have a list of intentions that we pray together. We call them our causes.
Mm-hmm.
And it really does unite our prayers together in a beautiful way.
Yeah. And I think this is just in general, but praying with your spouse is such a beautiful thing and such a necessary thing because you expose your heart in a way that you wouldn't when you're just talking, because God is so present once you call him into your conversation in prayer. So it's really beneficial for our emotional connection as a couple and our spiritual connection, obviously, as well.
So to sum it up for our viewers, could you say in one sentence or maybe two sentences why the rosary is good for a relationship?
Like we said, it's a really easy prayer to pray as a team. You got that call and response. So not only if you're a married couple, if you just want to pray with your friends, if you want to pray with your family, there's no other way that Our Lady would be like more pleased, because we're showing our love for her, we're reflecting on her Son, and where 2 or 3 are gathered, the Lord is there. So I'm sure that it just brings her so much joy to see her children together praising the Lord and seeking her graces, because she wants nothing more than to give them.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So Bethany, do you want to give the final pitch?
I could try. So thanks for watching, and we hope it was helpful, and we hope maybe you laughed a little. If you want to pray the rosary with your friends and family, what better rosary to pray with than a Bishop Sheen rosary? So you can go up here and check out our website. Christmas is also coming up. What better gift than prayer? And thanks for tuning in and for your support. We appreciate it.
Feel free to like and subscribe. Share the video with a friend that you're going to go pray the rosary with.
Yeah.
And as always, from us
to
you, through Mary. Awesome. Bye, guys.